Good morning. Welcome to the Obachan Chatter. Why the well, I look gray? I don't know. I don't know why I look gray, but I know I'm cold. Probably because my kids got it like 69 degrees in here. And it's probably like 78 degrees outside. I'm here. Hi. Welcome to the Obachan Chatter 2. I'm here today on September the 17th, 2025, to give you the first recap of season 6 of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And the name of this episode was called Hot Dogs and Hearsay. So, we got the, the beginning of this episode starts where the ladies left off at the reunion and where things weren't going really well. I mean, everybody was fussing with everybody when they left. It sounds like Mary is narrating this. You know how it seemed like every time they start a new season, they real dramatic, and they start off with how it begins with how you become true friends with somebody, and that to have true friendship, you offer each other grace, and you go through hardships, and you earn trust. But once the trust is gone, so is the friendship. So anyway, I guess it's giving us this, and then it's going to flashback of the stuff at the reunion. What ladies had an argument between one another, or discord, or whatever, but they wasn't getting along. So Angie husband got her to buy an RV about 3 years ago. She said it was $300,000. I said, damn, for a car, or a truck, or RV. And she said she spends a lot of she didn't think she was gonna love it. Her husband forced her into it. So she got the money. Well, anyway, she loved it. She spends a lot of time with her family, so she said she thought it'd be a good way for the girls to travel. So she said she all of them thinking they're going on some kind of luxury trip, probably some beach or on some private jet and all this type of shit. But she said we're gonna do some RV living. She taking them camping, and she said the best way to go camping, that's the best way. They're all together in one confined space, and it's a small space, and you there with your friends and your frenemies. What more can you ask for? So, we see, damn, what's this lady name? We see Angie pick up Mary first in her RV, and Mary, when she pull up, Mary's like, "What?" So she's talking to us. So she said make a lot of memories. So she picking up Mary first, and Mary is her co-sponsor for this trip, but Mary ain't down for that shit because she said this is not when she think of trips and shit. This not what she think of. Even though she's very familiar with RV living because her grandmother being a pastor, she said that's how they did a lot of their traveling. She said she liked it when she was a kid, but she don't like it with no grown ass women in no tight space. She said you be living so close together that you can hear each other's thoughts and you squish together. And she was like, it's not her cup of tea. So anyway, they pick each other up, and they start talking about her and Mary start discussing how crazy it was at the reunion, and they show a clip of Andy at this last reunion that everybody was talking over everybody home so bad that Andy just said, "Everybody stop talking at once." And he screamed and he just put his head in his hand. So anyway, um, Angie is driving. Which was that surprised me. I thought she just switched with the driver to pull up in the front of the house to scare the shit out of Mary, but obviously she drives it. So Angie asked Mary, "Do you feel safe with me driving?" Mary's like, "No, no, I don't." So all the ladies are waiting in front of the beauty bar, in front of what's her name, Heather's beauty shop, one of her beauty bars in the strip mall. And they all were like, "Where we going? Where we going?" And all the ladies are talking to each other, and they saying, "She wouldn't tell me nothing. This one wouldn't tell me nothing." And I think she knew, but they wouldn't say nothing. So eventually, I guess Angie and Mary are a little bit late. So they said, "Where are they?" So now while they're standing there, Whitney come out and say, "Where's Lisa?" So everybody stopped and they start looking crazy, and nobody don't say nothing. So while they standing there, we see Heather say, "It's weird that we're all going on this trip, and there's five ongoing disputes in this group, and she said, "Well, for it just to be five of them was pretty good." And then all of a sudden, here comes Mary and Angie. And why the fuck? Oh, okay. Let me just do this. Why they bring Brittany back? She gets on my nerves. And so she's standing her dumb ass outside with a well, she got a coat on, but she got her bikini on underneath of it. So when they pull up, when they blowing the horn, Angie blowing the horn for the RV, and they like, oh no, and they laughing and shit, and they like, ah, and you see Angie get off and get off the out the RV, and she tell, look ladies, look at the way she, and they all looking like, what the fuck? But they like they happy to see her, and she hugs everybody. Then fucking Mary get off, big smile, she's skipping. I'm like, oh shit, all right, Mary, you coming around? So Brittany, dummy. We're not flying in a jet. We're not flying on anything. Bitch, didn't you just see her get out of that big ass RV recreational vehicle? That's what RV stand for. Didn't you fucking see her just get out of that? We're not going on a plane. I mean, we're supposed to wear this. And she's like, wait, what? I got on a bikini. I was like, bitch. I was like, she's just crazy. I can't even say what the fuck I was gonna say about her. So anyway, Angie tell everybody this is what we doing. We doing this. So she's take can't wait to show everybody what it looked like. So they all get in the RV and she showed them around for what you can show them around for what you can show in a space that small with that many people. So Brahma says, so they get in there. So Brahma like, oh my god, yeah, everybody kind of excited. Except for when Brahma sit down, she look at us and she say some stupid ass shit that she shouldn't even open up her mouth to say. Cause that she said, I was like, really? She gonna say she a germophobic girl? All that dog shit that was laying around in that mansion that you live in. I mean, piles of it all over the floor. How the fuck is you germophobic? Germophobic and dog shit is all over your house. It was so much dog shit that when Heather came to visit you, she was like, "Ooh, it's a lot of dog shit." So miss me with that. Oh, I'm claustrophobic. I mean, I'm germophobic. So anyway, the ladies realize how close they are to each other in this small space, and they elect to take shots. So they start taking the shots, and when all of a sudden, I think it's Whitney that holler, "Hey, who's this man walking toward the RV?" So the other women start looking out the window, and then you see more of them, and they come up to the RV, and they say, "We're here to see Whitney, whatever her last name is." So it's got Heather all fucked up because she said they got their police. I see handcuffs and shit. Why they calling for Whitney? So she hollered for Whitney. So Whitney say, "I'm Whitney Rose," or whatever her name is. And she was like, "I'm Whitney Rose. I can help you." I said, "Well, you're under arrest for being a bad girl or something." She said, "Well, I tell you what, my friend's been bad and woo." So she got some strippers. So that calmed everybody down because they took them to the Gin Shaw, the last trip that they was going on. They came to arrest her ass before they left for their trip. So um Whitney said it was just a prank to start the trip off real nice for the ladies. And I gotta say that seafoam green blue dress that she wearing, Whitney got on, she look good in that. That's nice on her. I like the dress. So the ladies enjoyed the strippers. Mary didn't. She was like, no, 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 no. Where the muscles? And she said, let me stop. I guess they didn't have enough muscle for her. And then Angie said they was real cute, but when they so young, she like she could burp them, put them on her shoulder and burp them. She can't see herself, feel no hot way about them. So, um, after they started having the drinks, someone asked again, "Where's Lisa?" And Angie said, "Well, I wanted to tell you she's still talking shit because she was on the phone with Angie, just blowing off smoke." And blowing off that whole thing. She's like, I'm not going to nowhere and spend the night and look at Brahman. I don't want to see her disgusting face. And plus, I want to hang out with Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. I got work to do. It's just, I got my life is busy. It's just really important. I got so much stuff to do. So Angel's like, yeah, I understand. I got it. I got it. She said, well, I'm not clear. I don't know if she ain't coming because of Broadway. And then I think then then Whitney said, "Yeah, that's the reason why she ain't coming is because of you, Bronwyn." And cause Lisa said, cause I know she ain't working. And then that's when Brittany, fucking bitch, she get on my nerves. So I'm sorry I call her. I ain't sorry I call her bitch. She a bitch. She a annoying bitch. So I thought it was funny when as they was driving. Let me go back a bit. When they was driving to go to this RV, they driving now to go to this RV shit to a RV park. And when Brittany was like, "Well, which direction are we going? North, south, east, west, or whatever?" And they said which way they were going. And Brittany said, "Oh, past my house." And when Mary said, "Oh, well, I mean, we could drop you off." And she said, "Oh, Mary, you're so rude. You're so rude." So I was like, "Good, drop that bitch off," but they didn't. So anyway, she was like, "She ain't working." And then Lisa's like, I don't appreciate you talking about Lisa. Um, I'm defending her because she ain't here, and you trying to talk about her. She really is doing business. And Lisa said, I don't really think she. Whitney said, I don't really think she working. And she said, I'll defend Lisa because she's not here, and you trying to drag her, and you dragging her trying to be shady because she got to work. And she, which come said she don't be working. She said, well, I'm surprised that she don't be working. She said, well, how would you know? You got enough of your own shit going on. You got enough questions about your business. And that's when Whitney said, what? And she was like, I'm just saying, your shit all over the internet or the blogs or whatever. And boy, Whitney was bad as a motherfucker. She said, how you know about my business? She said, I just asked a question about where Lisa was, and you just all over the place. She said, well, you was trying to be shady and this and that. So she said, so anyway, why Brittany and Whitney are going back and forth arguing. That's when Brahman tell Whitney that because they doing this shit with their hands. She said, "Don't put your hands in my face, or I'll be in it." So, damn, I was like, "Damn," and Brittany ain't do nothing. I'd be like, "Bitch, what you gonna do?" But she didn't. So she said. So anyway, they still going back and forth, and Whitney trying to tell her she don't know her business. So anyway, what's her name? Oh my god, I hate when they do this when they go back and forth. They was arguing, and she was like, "Lisa's not here to defend herself. I'm gonna defend her." And Whitney said, Why you worrying about my business?" She said, "How you make your money? What, sucking dick?" And she was like, "You're disgusting," all that old shit. And she was like, "How do you ask me that?" And this and that. She said, "Well, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about Lisa, and you put yourself in it." So anyway, they defend each other. Then having everybody looking at them two arguing, and Heather jump in, and because Whitney is having problems with her business, fucking Heather tells Brittany, "Brittany, stop it! Don't kick a limp dog." I'm Felicia talking about Whitney when they down. So anyway, they finally pull up to the campsite, and the ladies is looking all fucked up because they was like, "Oh, the park look like shit. There goes a dumpster, and they go beat up school bus." Nah, bitch, y'all in the RV. You will be all right. So anyway, I like the whole time they driving. I'm enjoying the scenery of Utah. I love mountains. I love snow. I like looking at it, and I could be in it for a little bit, but So anyway, that shit was funny. Don't kick a limp dog when it's down. So anyway, um, Whitney said she okay with the camping shit. It's her thing. She love it. So she said, it don't matter to her. She cool with it. So Brahman says into her in her mind, she in the woods or somewhere in the woods in a beautiful cabin. There's a chef there, and while it's cold outside and the chef cooking the food or whatever, they run to get in the hot tub because the temperature is so cold outside. And she said, but she had no idea. She ain't in the camping. She ain't in the sleeping bag, and she ain't cool with sleeping next to Brittany either. So anyway, Whitney said she could deal with it. So Mary says the place looked like it's muddy as fuck. There's trees everywhere. She said it looked like it's haunted, and she said she don't like it, and she don't know why Angie tried to made her the co-host of this goddamn trip because this is not her shit. So Whitney, like I said, she ready to camp. So Mary says this ain't her thing, And so it's time for the ladies to prepare lunch. So they set their little picnic table up at the RV area. I don't know why they ain't eating up. Well, I guess you could eat outside too. They set their little table up and they had drinks. They real cute little sandwiches. So they're out there with no phones and nothing but nature. So anyway, Brittany stand up. She always gotta make a fucking announcement. She said, since I'm known for the video girl, I brought everybody a video camera. And they all look at that bitch like she crazy because y'all know she got cussed out by Meredith last time about recording them. So it's solid for men. Then Angela says it's a great idea because she says she bought them so they can make their own individual movies. And then she passed them out. They are cute. As a matter of fact, I'm going to look. My granddaughter is having a birthday party. If they're reasonable enough, I'll probably order a few for her friends to for them to do little movie shit. But they might not even fuck with it because everybody do stuff with their phone. We'll see. So the ladies just turn on their recorders and they start recording each other. They recording each other through their recorders and all types of shit. So it's nice. They're having a really good time, and everybody seemed to be happy while they're there. So Whitney says she happy while she's there. She like being out there in the nature. And then Angie said it feel weird without Lisa being on the trip. And Angie keep bringing up Lisa a lot, so I think she must be mad with her. So ain't nobody biting the statement. So Heather let us know in the confessional that when it's a girls trip, they make time, they rearrange each other's schedule for shit to make sure everybody could go. And with Lisa not coming, it symbolizes that she ain't that into y'all as y'all are into her. That's what she says. So Whitney says she got a lot on the line. So maybe that's why Lisa ain't come. And they was like, "What you mean?" She said, she got a bunch of lawsuits, and that's when Brittany start that shit again. Britt says, "No way," and Brahma says, "She talk a lot of shit about a whole lot of us." Mary said too, but we can't say shit about her. And then they rolled that beautiful bean footage, and you see Lisa telling everybody shit, spilling on marriage, spilling on business, and all type of shit, right? So they still arguing. So Lisa She said Lisa told all of us to stop, to shut up about her. And she said, but it's okay when she lying and don't nobody say shit. And then Brahma said she don't tell nothing. She don't share her life with us. She don't tell us the hardships, the soft shit. She don't tell us shit. So Mary said, yeah, she talk about me. She said she talk about all of us. And she said, but we can't seem to say nothing about her. So Brahma said, I seen in the paper at least 5 lawsuits. So anyway, while these ladies are sitting around confirming they seen this, Heather sitting up there dumbfounded like she ain't seen it. Bitch, you live in the same town. So much so that Angie just said, okay, Heather. How come all of us done seen it, but you ain't seen it? And you live in the same town, we hang in the same circles. How come everybody seen it but you? She said Stevie Wonder could see this shit. So Angie said she ain't got time for Heather because she fucking playing stupid. So she said everybody talk. So Heather said everybody talking about her, but I just feel the need that I have to defend her. Me and my relationship with Lisa has come a long way. I said, why you gotta defend your friends? I ain't defending shit. I'll be like, listen, if you say something fucked up about her, I'm gonna tell her and I'm gonna tell you. No, I ain't gonna tell her. You say something fucked up about her, I'm gonna say something to you. So it's probably best if you don't want us to argue, is not to talk about her. I'm not cool with that. And if your ass wasn't here and she was talking about you, I'd tell her not to tell me shit when she see you to tell you herself. Yeah, I ain't nobody fucking what you call them things that repeat shit. Parents, I ain't no goddamn parent, and I ain't no pigeon. I don't carry notes neither. So she tell her damn self. So um what else? Oh, something real fucked up. Somebody says no. Somebody said you got to borrow money to make money, and somebody said yeah, but when you borrow the fucking money, you're supposed to pay it back. So So Angie come out and say it's pretty much what she doing. It's kind of like Jen Shaw and Meredith and Heather lose it on fucking. And they said what Jen Shaw? Fuck that got to do with anything. So Heather get mad. She said it's crazy y'all sitting here talking about Lisa and Angie and Brodman, y'all fucking bonding to this bullshit. Y'all becoming best friends talking about Lisa. And she said, so she said, I think that's real fucked up. Heaven tells Bronwyn. So Bronwyn going back and forth and she said the same thing. Lisa talk about us. Lisa said this when Lisa compared me to Jen Shaw, you ain't say shit about that. And so now somebody else saying that you want to come on and defend her. So Heaven said, you know what, Bronwyn, fuck that and you, because you think I'm gonna listen to you when you sit around here and lie to us and try to make us think you bought a $4 million necklace. And this is what I call bullshit on YouTube, Bronwyn. It was a mistake. I mean, I was just feeling, first of all, you too old for that shit. And you knew that your ass wasn't going to buy that necklace and you wasn't going to tell her shit till Lisa bust your ass out of the reunion saying that, hey, I know that girl. That girl said you ain't buy shit. You ain't buy the earrings. You ain't buy the necklace. You ain't buy nothing. You like, well, I was going to buy and not get that one, but get one that's similar to it. Them bitches know jewelry. They going to know if you was wearing the $4 million necklace that you was sporting on your honeymoon, I mean, at your anniversary, or some shit that you went and got that ain't $4 million. So I don't know. I was just being immature, and I don't know why me just having an anniversary wasn't enough, but because you was fucking faking. Yeah, so y'all got some bullshit, all of y'all. I was being immature, and it made it sound like a lie. It wasn't no sounding like no lie, bitch. You stole a straight out fucking lie, and you got busted on this shit. I don't know what made me do that. It was so immature. So anyway, so Brittany says, all you had to do, Brittany, was just say, I lied. I'm not getting that. I lied. I didn't buy the necklace. And then Brahma said, oh, you need to shut the fuck up because, no, she didn't say that. She said, you need to be quiet. You work on straightening out your bullshit for you try to tell me how to do straighten out my shit or what to say about my lies. So anyway, they still going back and forth. So Mary let us know, her and Lisa's friends, but Lisa talked about her when she went somewhere and went to sleep when they was on the trip. Again, they fucking footage. They show her talking about Mary church and all this type of shit. So anyway, they dogging the fuck out of Lisa. Yeah, she getting dog. She getting dog walked, and she ain't even got a leash on. So anyway, we see Heather say this shit. Oh, why would you bring up Jen Spirit? Why would you bring up Jen Angie? Leave her where she belong. Leave her spirit there. She's where she belongs. She belongs in jail. I was like, Heather, you's the fakest bitch. That bitch socked you in your eye, and for like a whole half a year, you made us think you hit a cabinet. So shut the fuck up. That shit got on my nerves so bad. She is where she belongs. She belongs in jail. And you remember you were saying she was innocent. You are old girl. You just be bullshitting. So Angie says it is true. Lisa talks shit about all of y'all. So somebody said, yeah, do it, but don't do it behind their back. Yeah, pivot, do that shit in their face. So anyway, that was Brittany. Don't do it behind their back. So anyway, here she go. She stand up and she gets this. Here come Brittany, this fucking bitch who get on my nerves. Robert will get her off. I don't even see if y'all watching me how y'all can watch her. She speak to me. Jared and I are engaged. But 2 weeks later, we're no longer engaged. Our kids said we was too off and on. So we decided to hold back. So he said, is he dating other women? I don't think so. Bitch, he engaged to you. Why would he be dating other women? So Whitney said, well, I see him all the time at the gym. And every time I see him at the gym, he ain't never on no equipment. And she said, and I see him at the coffee shop too. And every time I see him at the coffee shop, he on a date. He's not on a date. She was like, I don't know what the fuck you call it. Because he like he dating me or he dating at the gym. But he dating somebody besides your ass. So I just said, well, y'all just feel right here. Please get rid of her. She gets on my nerves. And so Heather, here she go. We're gonna have to explain to her what announcements are. What announcements are. It's not really an announcement if you got engaged and then the next minute you're not engaged anymore. There's no need to make an announcement. And if it's not good news, why the fuck would you announce that you're not engaged anymore? Again, get this bitch off the show. So I said. when they go places, why Mary always wearing the wrong shit? A couple of them do. Why are you in the woods and you got on white pants? Because they get ready to do that because they didn't had their little talk about Lisa in this time to go do the exercises or whatever shit they got going on so that they can come back and get ready for the nighttime or whatever. So I don't know, somebody got on like white pants and a yellow shirt to be kayaking and fly fishing. So anyway, I think it's Meredith, Mary, and Angie. They go fly fishing, and they don't know nothing about no fly fishing. Well, what you calm down, Angie, because she said you throw the wire in the water, no bitch, it's the line. And then Meredith can't fish because she's like, well, how long this gonna take? And the man said it's called fishing, not catching. So you stay your ass there till something nibble on it. And then after everybody started talking, she told the man, she asked the man to get Meredith. Meredith says, for real, how long this is gonna take? And he just look at him like, bitch, till you catch one, that's how long it's gonna take. So we got Whitney, Heather, and Brahman going on a kayak. One kayak said two, and the other one said one. So Whitney makes sure that Heather and Brahman are the same thing, and they did all right in the kayak. You know, they got a little bit better. They was fine. So everybody like they having a good time, and I was having fun too. Till Mary said some stupid shit like, when she catch her fish, she gonna throw it back in the water. So the man, she said, can I? He said, no, it's gonna die. So she said, no, we can just give it CPR. I put it on the rock and breathing and make sure those little fins is flipping. That's this big crazy girl. You better just go somewhere and eat that fish and just cook it. Don't even worry about it. So it's time to come back. But while Heather out with her camera, she meet this dude. She started talking about this lady named Molly Sorensen or something. She revenged the deaths of young ladies. I don't know. Somebody fucked her up in the woods. She's some type of urban legend. I ain't really get into it. But if wherever it is, it's supposed to be happening in them Utah woods. So anyway, when they get back, everybody hungry. But they gotta wait for Meredith to start a fire. Don't nobody really know how to start the fucking fire. And then when Angie said you gotta cook your own dinner, I think Mary have a fit. She trying to stick a beef patty on a stick. And she said this thing ain't cooking. So when we see her again, she's just eating a dry ass bagel that's raw. So then they cooking hot dogs and shit, and they was like, with the condiments, she ain't got no ketchup. I don't even think she got no bread. So Angie said she forgot all that shit. But I was like, how you forget that you are RV now? You know, you supposed to have that shit in your truck. And why the fuck is y'all outside cooking? Don't that RV got a stove? I don't know. I took my burger and cooked that bitch. So anyway, they started talking about this Molly lady that she's in the canyon, and she was notorious for, I don't know, whatever it is, killing people or snatching people. So Mary said, well, if Molly up in this motherfucker, she need to come cook me something to eat because I'm hungry. So Heaven and Brown, when they helping each other out, and everybody said, who knew that a kayak trip would have them talking to each other? And then Angie said, y'all probably wouldn't have been talking to each other if Lisa was here. You think that Heather? Heather said, no, I mean, but it's true. You wouldn't have been talking to her, Heather. You wouldn't have been talking to Brahma if Lisa was there. You wouldn't even probably got in the kayak with her. So they asked who on the house with Lisa besides Brahma. And I think it's everybody. So anyway, some come up with Whitney business, and Whitney said, "I failed in my business. I feel like a failure about it. Every time somebody talked to me about it, it made me feel I feel hurt. I had to let go of 30 people, and it really fucked with me." So Brittany said, "I didn't mean to hurt your feelings." She hugged her. She said, "So, but I want to know, why did you say that I do jury for money?" And I'm like, who the fuck cares? And you do them for money, bitch. Where you work? So she can't. She said, I can't say suck dick. I said, I'm just sick of her. She moved that tuna towel to give it to Jared all the time. But soon as somebody started talking about a grown ass woman about sex, she lost. Oh, she get on my nerves. And she said, you're so low and so disgusting what you said, Whitney. And I want to pound you. And they was like, girl, leave that girl alone. You just told her you were sorry. She told you that her business failed, that she fucked up, and people been rubbing it in her face. And she said she feel like a failure. So leave the fuck alone. So Heather says, tell her you ain't failed. And Angie said too, to be an entrepreneur, it do. Be an entrepreneur outsider, it take a lot. I don't give a fuck if you starting your own car wash business or cleaning business, a doctor's office. It takes a lot. It's a lot of responsibility, and there's a lot to do. Especially you got to work hard if you want to see your shit go to fruition. So she said she don't want to be known for her fails, but Heather said, in order to succeed, sometimes what you gotta do. She said, I failed at so much shit, and I believe that. So have I. The things that I wanted to do, I started a bit. Nah. It do take a lot of work. So Angie told her it took a lot of carrots. So Brittany feeling so bad she wanted to walk over there and hug Brittany and Whitney like, I'm just not ready for that right now. Just please. Nobody wants you touching them. And then after she did it, she said, well, I still want my apology. Bitch, I wouldn't apologize to Whitney. I wouldn't apologize to her. She'd just eat that shit. She'd live with it. So they said, Whitney, what's going on with you, Brittany? She said, I'm just standing up for myself. I'm tired of being the people punching bag. So Mary just said, I was drilling inside. Said something to her, and she was like, no, you wasn't. You turned on me. Said we was good, and you just turned on me. She did. When she caught that she was recording, she Whitney Meredith told her ass off. So anyway, she said, she wasn't gonna be nobody punching bag. And Mary just told her, she said, girl, ain't nobody worrying about you. She said, you so uninteresting. I ain't even thinking about you. So, so it's time for them to go on this walk. And apparently they must get lost in the woods because you hear just Mary say, ain't you ever seen the spooky movies? The black people, they die first. So the ladies go on a walk and they talking about spooky shit. And they seem to be lost. So they're ready to go home. They're cold. They're ready to go back to the RV. And that's where we end off at. So listen, you could have been anywhere, but you was here with me for 32 minutes and 20 seconds, and I appreciate it. I'll be back later on today because I really want to do and I've been wanting to do it for a long time, and I don't know why I was shying away from it, but I'm not. It'll probably be this evening or tomorrow morning where I do a video about what the fuck is going on in the government. Why the fuck these motherfuckers won't impeach Trump? Why the fuck is all the people who got the power in the House trying to make motherfuckers fight each other with a civil war? Why Trump has made $10 billion in the last 6 months he been in the office and I ain't made shit. I don't. I mean, I care about the food and shit, but that's what you get. I mean, I just got a lot of opinions. That guy named that everybody's scared to say his name. That Charlie Kirk dude. That motherfucker was mean. He was nasty. There's no way. It's no way. To me, I'm just gonna say over on this whole Christian shit. It's no way that y'all could be fucking Christians. There is no way. Yup, I cuss. Yeah, I do shit I ain't got no business doing, but I don't. Y'all motherfuckers purposely hurt people. And who the fuck is doing all this lying about we are failing, that the government is failing us, the United States, and the government is failing us in the world. We got scientists leaving us. We were the most innovative, forward thinking country there is until we seen Trump get in the office. And then I'm so tired of these motherfuckers blaming shit on Obama and Biden. You know how long Obama been out of office? Why the fuck why is the Epstein stuff okay? The Epstein files, y'all ain't gonna never get them because it seemed like everybody that was in Congress, other than the women, was fucking them people. Okay, them ladies. I feel sorry for the victims. I don't see they plaster everything else in the paper. People having sex with kids, incest, everything. Why you won't publish this? You know why? Because I believe that 1% that control all this shit is the 1% that was up there with them children. I'm just telling you. So listen, I'm so passionate about it. I don't know why the fuck. What the fuck is wrong with Clarence Thomas in the Supreme Court? I know I don't say a lot about politics, but I know a lot. And I know this shit that these motherfuckers are saying is crazy. And now it's just killing them that this every time there's some fucking killing like this is always 9 times out of 9.97 times somebody that's fucking white that's shooting these motherfuckers. The Democrats is Obama don't do that, Biden don't do that. We got to work together, bring unity. That man said all that shit about people. Then y'all trying to say he ain't said. And I'm so tired of Jay-Z Vance with his fucking eyeliner. He wears his eye makeup better than me. And he go to think this motherfucker don't even like Trump. He waiting for Trump to die. All these motherfuckers is power grab. If y'all did not watch the CNN coverage of them hearings that the oversight committees that they having, JFK a fucking idiot. He a head of the health department. Ain't gonna say don't ask him nothing about health. I'm like, what the fuck? So listen, I gotta get out of here. Time to go to the houses. So I gotta get there in about 20 minutes. So listen, I'll be back with this, but I didn't want to upset nobody. But I'm just gonna tell the truth. If you need to get involved, get involved. I love y'all. We'll talk later. And oh, be saying this shit, but can y'all please like my videos? Leave me a comment. Some of y'all do. Thank you. But listen, I gotta go, and I love you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye now.